Drunken Fist Bacchus. This guy, Bacchus, went to the bar, you know, on day, I don't know, 3, 4, one of the middle days, like in the middle of the Grand Magic game. And he was going to have a drinking contest with Kana Alberona. She's like, man, I can handle you. I handle everybody in my guild, And he's like, well, this guy, this dog right here is not the same thing. She learned real quick because then she got her bra taken from her. And then they were like, hey, what are you doing shit like that to our guild member? And Urza had to like tell them to like calm the fuck down because he's not just any, guy. Like he's an S-class wizard from Quattro Cerberus. He's called to that guild, and he's their best wizard. He uses drunken hanging paw, and that's what he uses to fight. After he drinks liquor, he's like a better fighter. And he ended up fighting against Elfman Strauss. Elfman Strauss wasn't doing too hot at first. He was pissed because Bacchus was like, if I win, your sisters are gonna spend the night with me. And he was like, no, I ain't gonna let that happen. As a real man, I can't let that happen. And then he fought against Bacchus. Bacchus didn't drink any liquor, but then he started drinking. And then, Elfman had to like really step up to the plate. Low-key he had plot armor a little bit. That's what I believe. Because this guy was an S-class wizard. Elfman's no S-class wizard. He's in the middle rung of the guild. But he ended up beating Bacchus. I don't know how he ended up beating him because Bacchus had Elfman on his ass. He was down, and Bacchus was on his feet. And now Elfman did go through some training, and he was able to obtain lizard armor. So this lizard armor was so tough that it caused him to break his iron gauntlet cells on his arm. And he was like, damn, but he was still hitting him with the drunken hanging paw, and it was fucking Elfman up. And then his guild had to go by Quattro Puppy after he lost. But he was like, I guess I lost to a real man. I can't, loss is a loss. Bacchus, his strength of 85, 87 for his speed, 85 for his durability, 84 for his endurance, 85 for his, intelligence, 89 for his experience, 91 for his close skills, 80 for his range skills, and 86 for his recoup, 86 for his hacks. Well, 85 for his recoup, and 86 for his hacks. So overall score of 85.9 for Bacchus. Be cool on the corner.